one of the biggest secrets about how we've been able to grow so fast here at 20 over 10 on a pretty limited marketing budget has been webinars. Webinars are an amazing tool to get in front of an audience quickly, show your expertise, and then be able to collect a lot of data about those individuals so that you can drip on them effectively over time. I'm Samantha Russell from 20 over 10, and today I'm going to share with you 5 of my favorite webinar tools, the only 5 tools I think you need, and the best part is 3 of them are free. So let's jump right in. Okay, tool number 1 is one that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because many of you have already been using it, which is Zoom. Zoom is the platform that we use for our webinars. They do have a free option for meetings. For webinars, you'll want to have the upgraded plan. They have them as cheap as $14.99 a month, and that is going to give you access to the seats that you need to host the webinar. Now they have multiple options. There's a 100-person seat, a 500, 1,000, so you can start small and scale as you need to. Okay, let's move on to the second tool, which is Canva. You've heard me talk about Canva before, but if you're gonna host a webinar, you really are going to need to have great visuals to promote it on social media, promote it in email, and then once you're creating your slide deck, you want beautiful visuals in the slide deck as well. So Canva is a free tool that anyone can use. They have thousands of templates, and they have templates that are specific for creating a social media promotion or creating a slide deck. So definitely check out Canva. We'll link to it below. The third tool that I'm going to suggest is Google Slides. Now I know for many of you, you have a Gmail account for personal use, but maybe not for business. And most advisors I know are not using the G Suite suite of products. But Google Slides is amazing for a couple reasons. Number 1, it is so easy to collaborate with other people. If I'm working on a slide deck and I send it to our director of marketing, we can both be working on it at the same time. I can see exactly where they are in the slides, what updates they're making. I also love it because it's really easy to add animations and video files. So if you love using GIFs or you want to illustrate something with a video, you can play it there. And also you can work on it right in your browser. It's not a separate application that you have to open. So get rid of PowerPoint and use Google Slides, my favorite tool. The fourth one is YouTube. So once you are starting with your webinars, you're going to want a place to put the webinar after the fact. The great thing about YouTube is you can make all of your webinar replays publicly available, and then people will be able to go in and be searching for certain search terms and stumble across your content, right? So if you have a great presentation you gave that was 30 minutes long about, maybe debt reduction strategies, anyone can go into Google or YouTube, search for something and end up on your video. So it's a great way to be found. But if you want to create a webinar and use it more as a lead magnet and you want it to be gated content, you can also upload it to YouTube and set it to be private so that only people who have the link are able to view it. So that means if somebody signs up and then after the fact you send them an email, they will be able to view it because they have that email address. So that is a really great feature of YouTube as well. And then the 5th tool is you want to have an email marketing service that's going to allow you to drip on the people that sign up. So one of the biggest mistakes that we see here are people will host a webinar. They'll get, 25, 50, hundreds of qualified leads to come and sit in the seat and listen to them talk. But after the webinar is over, if somebody doesn't book a meeting with them naturally, that's all they do. They don't continue to reach out to them with timely, interesting content. So no, I'm not saying you should message everybody every week telling them, hey, book a meeting on my calendar. But what you should do is put them on your drip marketing list so that they are now going to get your newsletter or your weekly blog post that you share or your weekly YouTube video. And they're going to continue to get content that is pertinent to them that will help show that you are an expert in a topic that they're interested in. What I really do suggest you do though is segment your list. So for instance, if the webinar you're giving is on tax strategies, then you should make sure that the list that you put them on for the drip marketing is pertinent to taxes in some way. Don't just add them to your general prospecting list where now they're going to get things about saving for college or they're buying your first home that really they might not be interested in. That's the easiest way to get someone to unsubscribe, which you don't want to do, right? So again, 5 of our favorite tools for hosting effective webinars and being able to follow up with leads: Zoom, Canva, Google Slides, YouTube. And for the email service provider, I suggest Lead Pilot, which is 20over10's latest tool, which not only will allow you to drip on leads, but we will give you the content that you need to make that drip happen. I'm Samantha Russell from 20over10, and thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, subscribe, because every week we share a video just like this that allows you to grow your business.